Evening everybody, I've got a lovely JV Makes project for you here. What this is a 2-day project, so you need to set yourself up probably a weekend to get this done, but I'm going to show you how to do permanent Sharpie painting on things like mugs and any other sort of plain crockery you might have. Okay, so I've tested the best method. It works really well, brilliant for Christmas gifts, presents for teachers, anything. Okay, so set yourself up 2 days, some nice plain crockery.
Right, so I've done a lot of research on this project before starting it. I've tried using traditional Sharpies like these ones here. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't have a great deal of success. As much as you can get lots and lots of colours and they are really cheap to buy, unfortunately, as soon as you wash them, it just all started to like wipe off. So if you are going to do this project, it's worth sort of investing in these Sharpies here or any other brand that does them. But this is, as you can see, a oil-based or paint-based Sharpie. So these basically stick way better to the ceramic surface. And once you have set them in the oven, it's just going to mean that it's going to stay for a lot longer. What you'll find is from where you've put the colour on the surface, it will sort of dull a little bit once it's been in the oven, but it is pretty accurate. It's much like when you go pottery painting, really. So these are the ones you want. You can get them from Amazon, you can get them.
Okay, so as I said, there is a slight difference with the Sharpies that I'll be using to the sort of traditional, more widely found Sharpies. These ones are an oil-based one or a paint-based one. What that basically means is that they will stick a lot better to the surface of the ceramic. So I've just got a plain mug here. You could use anything, just as long as it's sort of a plain white ceramic. Just make sure it's like nice and clean. A lot of things I've read about doing this have said to use sort of like rubbing alcohol over the top just to make it like doubly clean, but I don't really think that you need to do that. Now the colours that I've got are sort of green and orange, purple, blue and pink. So they sort of lend themselves to quite summery patterns. That's what I'm going to do. There's no reason why you could get loads of different colours and you could do whatever pattern you fancied, really. So on my example one I did bunting, so I'm going to do that again because I think that looked really nice. So literally all you do is draw over the surface, building up your various colours. If you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off, so that's not a problem at all. So if you want to do a bunting pattern like mine, I've just done 2 sort of semicircle shapes across the top. And then what I'll do then is use my other colours just to draw little triangles, like you can see there. And then you can either fill them in, like this one, or you can do little patterns inside them. So on this one here I've done some stripes. On the next one I might do some polka dots. But the possibilities are endless. This is just like quite a nice little design, and I could easily give this to one of my friends as a Christmas gift or a little top-up gift to cheer them up or something. But if you wanted to do Christmas themed ones, you'd probably just need a red, green, maybe a gold or a black, and then you could do 5 Christmases, you could do Christmas trees, snowmen, things like that. I've actually got a project which I'm going to be posting in a little while, which is a really cool idea for a sort of Christmas Eve activity, or the lead up to Christmas activity that you can do just with a plain white plate. So watch out for that one. this is really a great activity to do with kids, or you know, just for a bit of fun as a gift. So say if you're like desperate to find a comical mug gift or something for a friend, like an inside joke or whatever, you can easily do this, and it's really, really quite cheap as well, so that's quite good. Right, I think I'm about finished with my bunting going around the edge. Now if you wanted to, you could personalise it, so you could put someone's name on it. You could put a little message inside the mug, which would be like quite funny. So I've seen ones in shops which have said things like, "Hello gorgeous," or something like that. So that could be quite good if you wanted to give someone a nice surprise that was coming around for a coffee. But what you really need to do now, once you're happy with your design, is you've actually got to leave it for 24 hours. So this isn't as instant as maybe some of my other craft projects, because what you've got to do is let it properly dry. Okay, so in about 24 hours time, I'll pick this up again and start putting it in the oven and getting it properly fired. Okay, but you've really got to just let all the oil-based paint that you've applied to the surface set. So I'm really just going to put it aside and leave it.
It's been just over 24 hours and my mug's had time to dry. So now when I run my finger over it, it's perfectly set in place. If I'd have done that before, it would have smudged and spoilt it. So what I need to do now is use my oven as a kiln to set it. So what I'm going to do to start with is turn my oven on, and you need to turn it to 200 degrees. Then what you do straight away is put your mug in on the middle shelf, because then what happens is the mug heats up with the oven. You're going to leave it for half an hour. Then you're going to turn the oven off and leave the mug in the oven for that time until it's all perfectly cool. And then you'll have your lovely mug, which you can use again and again. Oops, I lost track of the time a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. Just as long as it's been around half an hour, make sure you turn your oven off and let it cool all the way down before you take the mug out. The mug is looking pretty damn good, and I have tested this mug. Okay, so this mug I did a few weeks ago when I was testing out all the different strategies, and I can tell you that I've had at least like 5 cups of coffee out of this, and it's still staying really well. Okay, so go with it. Hand wash only. I probably wouldn't dishwash it if